hey, have an interesting video, or I think it's interesting anyway. You might think it's just bollocks, but then don't watch it. Why you should not ride a bike, or why you should not get a bike. You know, you're choosing, you're watching these videos. Oh, maybe I want to. Right, it'd be great if the sign was not covered. Okay. Oh! I'm gonna say it again. I know where I am. What? That's crazy. I've never been on that exit before. Why you should not ride. Here are all the negatives, basically, from what I've learned over the past year. Some of them are obvious. So, for example, you are statistically more likely to have a crash, and statistically more likely to be injured from said crash. Statistically more likely to die in said crash. I think a lot of us motorcyclists know that going into it, but well, I think everyone does really. That's something you kind of accept when you get on any bike, that yes, it comes with a larger element of risk than, say, a car. So that's obvious one out the way with. Next one. You lose your faith in humanity. Let me explain. The bike community, I love it. However, you lose your faith in other drivers, car drivers, van drivers, whoever you want. You'll gain a number of close calls, as everyone does, either from your mistakes or from someone else's mistakes. When it's your mistakes, you can kind of learn from that, and that makes you a better rider. When it's someone else's mistakes, you get very, very paranoid, and that is a good thing, because as a lot of people say, ride like everyone is out to kill you, and ride like no one can see you. But it does just grate on you sometimes how ignorant some people can be on the roads. Whether they think it's okay to be on their phone on a motorway and start swerving across lanes, but because they didn't hit anyone, it's fine. You know, because no one died, it's fine. No, it's not. So in that sense, you tend to lose your faith in humanity. It can be restored when, let's say, you have an accident and people come to help. Although then the negative side of that is then people will blame you because you're a biker. So obviously you were going too fast. Obviously you were acting recklessly, and obviously it's your fault. I think, again, you're kind of aware. What is that? A sandwich box. You're kind of aware that you will have close calls and potentially accidents when you're on the bike. Again, it comes with part of the risk. But I don't think you're aware of how little some people on the roads can care about others' safety. And that just makes me lose my faith in humanity. So that's that. Next, I'm kind of just listing these aren't in an order because that's not how my brain works. Next one, you need to be prepared to become a part-time mechanic. I'm not saying you have to do all of your work yourself, you can obviously outsource it, but you need to take care of your bike. It's more involved than a car, and I learned that the hard way. I did not take care of my previous chain, and as a result it was awful condition. A lot of this stuff you will only learn when you make mistakes and then how you can improve. But you do need to take care of your bike. Same with the suspension. If I'd have known, or if I'd have paid more close attention, I may have picked up on it earlier that it really needs something doing. Obviously, I'm still riding the bike. It's not like it's completely dangerous, but it's clearly not in its optimal state. Hello, Scooter. I'm going to give you a nod. You might not give me one back, but I'm friendly. Well, folks, we have passed the national speed limit sign. Thank you. So you need to be able to learn how to not necessarily do the complicated stuff like how to change your tyres and everything like that. I don't know, that's not like uber complicated, but I'll be outsourcing that. But how to take your fairings off, how to clean your bike. And again, a lot of that stuff you just learn from trial and error. Don't nod at me then! Right, you will, because you're a biker. Hello! So learning about maintenance, learning the difference between E5 and E10, learning about tyre pressures. Basically, reading your owner's manual and doing what needs to be done. It's not like it's like intensive. I don't know everything still. I'm still learning, and it's the kind of thing you only learn over time. But just be prepared, it's not something that you just sit idle and then pick up and go. Especially if it's an older bike. You end up becoming a little mechanic anyway, because you start picking up on stuff and start learning different things. It's all part of it. Next up, you will make mistakes. This comes across everything, as I've already mentioned it with like learning the mechanics side of things. You will make mistakes. Oh, is that a CBT? Oh my god! Hi guys! I'm not going to follow you because I don't want to intimidate. Hi guys! Hello! There's an empty. Oh my god, there's so many people out and about. You will make mistakes. And you've got to be okay. You can't really have a fixed mindset about it. You can't be like, oh, well, I can't do this now. You know. Let's take my roundabout incident. I've been, you know, quite fortunate in the sense that I've had a limited amount of accidents. Obviously the one I'm referring to is the one where someone pulled out on a roundabout and made me drop my bike. You will make mistakes, and yes, they can knock your confidence, but if you're going to end up it's fine. The cup is gone. Why did they make me lose my train of thought? If you're going to think, I can't do this now, I've lost all my confidence, there's no point me carrying on, then that's it, your biking journey is done. If you're able to have a growth mindset and be like, okay, this is what happened, take accountability for what you did wrong, what you did right, what you could do differently in the future, what you should practice on, that's how you're going to become a better rider. And that is, again, all part of the journey if you so choose to continue it. Okay, so if you're getting into motorcycling, you might have heard that obviously it's more economical in terms of generally, like, bikes are cheaper than cars. Obviously that depends on how you're buying. They're also cheaper to run in terms of fuel usage. You might be like, yay, great, that's a great investment, I'm gonna save so much money, until you realize you end up taking a scenic route home when it's a nice day, or you spend more money on maintenance, or you spend more money on accessories, or on more gear, because one does not simply have one set of gear. Even though I only have one set of leathers, but I don't really want to spend more money on stuff I don't necessarily need. It might not turn out to be as economical as you think, and not one single motorcyclist is going to think of that as a bad thing, because it's money well spent in our opinion. But if you are looking for a cheap way to get around, yes, it could be great until you fall in love with motorcycling, and then you want to go out every single day and spend all your money on your bike, and then huzzah, you've got a hobby that is very, very expensive. Congrats. What other bad things can I think about? Oh, the age-old one. I've actually not had this very much, mostly because I don't really talk to many people, or not outside of the motorcycling scene. Whenever someone doesn't ride a bike and they have an opinion on your stuff, hello, you're looking at me, they will know someone. Oh my god, it's a CBT guys again. Okay, behave. 2 hands on the handlebars. Behave. Hi. Why does that make me so happy? Oh, such a weirdo. Right, anyway. Might not even be CBT. That might have been direct access on bigger bikes. I just saw L plates. Sorry guys. If on the off chance you're watching. What was I saying? Yeah, everyone who has a negative opinion on you motorcycling will know someone whose best friend's dog's dad, uncle died on a bike. And again, it's not that we don't understand that there's a risk, it's just we don't need to be told, oh, that's really unsafe, you're gonna die. How about instead of that, because more than likely they're a car driver, how about you think bike when you're out and about? You know, we accept the risk. It's why we wear full gear all the time. We don't need to be told you're gonna die on that thing. So you got to sort of put up with some negativity. That might be the case for you, that might not. I'm quite fortunate. Everyone around me is is very supportive of me riding. Even the people in my family who don't ride, they're surrounded by family members who do. Next up, and it is on the similar sort of mindset, and that is a very optimal timing from Mr. Policeman. You are more likely to be seen in a negative light. I think actually this is one of the cases where being a woman actually is a point to my favour, but I rarely seem to get the angry drivers. I'm not a very aggressive rider anyway. I don't look for trouble. I'm not a very confrontational person, but then most of the time bikers are not the ones who started it. They just sort of then engage with it once some car driver has decided they have a problem. But in general, let's take that police car. You're more likely to be pulled over, even though you may be doing everything right. You're more likely to be seen in a negative light if you're just riding around. Some car drivers might be more aggressive to you purely because you're on a bike and they think that you're arrogant and an asbo, when maybe you're just going out for a scenic ride at the speed limit. You know, it's not like every single ride is hooligan behaviour. None of them ever are. But you will have that negative light when people don't know much about bikes. They will probably have a bias towards you. And again, that comes into place where people have had accidents and the driver has immediately assumed that the biker was speeding because the driver didn't see them, when in fact they weren't. So there's just sort of like a negative connotation about it. But at the same time, the biker community is the nicest. Everyone is friendly. The vast majority of bikers nod to each other. It's why I get excited when I see other bikers, because it's like, hi, I'm your friend, even though I don't know you. There is a friendship there just because you share a hobby and you're in the minority on the roads. So what have we got? We've got the negative views from others. We've got the fact that it does take more to maintain. I say that as cyclists on the side of the road are messing about with their bikes. Should probably check my camera's still recording. 1 second. Let me finish the corner. I think that's all I can think of right now. Maybe I made a list, but obviously I can't read it whilst I'm riding, and I can't be bothered to stop. So maybe I'll make a part 2 if I've missed off loads of stuff, or add stuff to the comments and we can make a part 2 that way. Series, wow, never done that before. I'm so organised. No, I'm not. Anyone who chooses to ride a bike chooses the fact that, ooh, I don't like that bit. The benefits outweigh the negatives and the risks. So I hope this doesn't put you off motorcycling, just giving you a reality check, because it is not all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes it is potholes and flat tires, as per. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Ride safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.